Hello friends, today I will show you how the SIZZAPP business webpage works. Start by choosing the language of your preference, type in your login details and press login. The first thing we see is the vehicle location and route. We can choose which vehicle to examine and press on the car or the vehicle icon into vehicle list. For instance, if we press on the car icon, we see where it is located on the map. After pressing on the vehicle, let's try demo 2, we see the time it was last active, its coordinates, and we also see that the car has stopped. Further examining the details looks something like this. Today the car has driven 14 kilometers, and this is the route it has taken today. We can choose one of the routes from today. Here we can follow the precise routes that have been taken today. When paying attention and focusing on the direction of the little blue triangles, you can figure out in which direction the car was traveling. On the right hand side, we see all of the available descriptions for the locations and stops that have been visited throughout the route. We can see all of the beginnings and endings for all routes and trips taken. If we want to see the routes and trips from the previous day or any other day in the past for that matter, we choose the desired vehicle and we can maneuver through the calendar to any desired day. Let's use the same car for example, and then let's request data for previous trips and press on Show Object History. After that, Calendar. Now you can press on the little clock and choose your desired date from which to receive the data and route information. Now you choose the period you want, for instance this week, and press Apply. Now we see this week. We can see 3 different days, the 14th, 15th, and 16th. You can see the route graphically represented on the map, and on the right side you can see each starting point and the direction the route had been taken in, each start and end point. If you want to see the route and personalize it, you should choose the specific vehicle and then go to Settings. Choose the car, and the setting bar can be found here. Here we can see, for instance, the minimum stop time, allowable distance within the park, and the skipped minimal distance. And we can ask to show ignition, meaning that we can see whether the ignition is on or off. Here we can review the directions that the car has traveled in. Remember before when I mentioned the little blue triangles? We can also see any instances of speeding. You can set your own desired speed limit and track for any speeding cases. Other than that, you can change the visual setting for the route line color, opacity, etc. I think that'll be enough for this section. The next thing we need to know where to find on the web version is geofencing. So let's examine geofencing and geofences. This is the geofence button. Here you can choose between 3 different types of geofences: circular, rectangular, or a polygon shaped geofence. Let's select the polygon option. This is how it works. Create a shape and you can name it. Let's say test and save it. Now you can track this geofence by clicking on it. You can see the date it was created. If you click on the I button, you can view the information log, when it was created, current address, and creation time, among other things. If we start monitoring this zone and press on information, we see how many vehicles are inside of the geofence. Now we see that vehicle 1 is inside of the geofence. If the vehicle would leave the geo zone, we would be notified, and we will know when exactly the vehicle left the geo zone. The other thing you can do within geofences is create a new route. If you type in the start and end addresses of the route, the system will automatically create the route for you. Click here on Create a Route, choose the car, for instance Demo 2, click again and choose an endpoint. Now we see the recommended driving route and we can see additional information. This is the endpoint, total distance, and total time. Here you can see several types of map viewing options and select the one that is the most suitable for the needs of your business. The next thing we can view is reports. Let's choose a different car for this, and let's choose reports for a required time period. Click on Reports Advanced Settings, choose the time period, for instance last week, and then press Apply. Click on Open, and now we can see the address of departure, the address for arrival, driver information, travel time, stop time, and distance in kilometers, all tracked by the GPS. And here we can see the data for all days. We can see the first day, second day, third day, and so on. You can export the data in Excel or PDF formats. Let's try Excel and see how it all looks, then export the data in this format. Here we can see the same information separated into differentiating information columns and rows. Edit them as you please. Now let's go back to the web and press this button. This time let's choose a full report. Again, let's go to the calendar and choose the time period you wish to receive the data for. Open the file, and now we see total distance, engine working time in hours, when was the first time the ignition was triggered and the engine was turned on, as well as the last time the engine was turned off. Parking duration and other data. Go back and let's view the third and final option. The third is a waybill for when dealing with the government and accounting, for calculating tax spend, etc. At the moment, the option is set to match the Latvian government requirements. However, if you wish, it is possible to set it for any other country's needs and tax application layouts. That will be everything about reporting for now. So, we have showed you everything that there is to know about the SIZZAPP Business Web version. If you have any other questions about the web version, feel free to ask. We will be happy to tell you more about SIZZAPP and how the program could best suit the needs of your business. Ciao.